Alright, welcome to the barn. Don't ask me why it's named that. I've never figured it out. Anyways, you'll notice that this is a two-tiered base. You have the upstairs, which is where we are right now, and then a single staircase leading to the downstairs. This usually acts as a staging area to push upstairs. Almost never is a point actually down here. I say almost never because I recall there's one base that has it, but don't ask me for its name. And it may have been pre-Amherst revamp. In general, when you are defending this base, you are not to be downstairs. Let me stress that again. You are not to be downstairs. I cannot stress that enough. If you are downstairs, you are not by the point. You are also in a complete line of fire for the enemy. A typical turret placement will be right here. This is as far to the left as I can get it, and you angle the turret as such. This allows a little bit of additional cover, but just enough. You'll also typically move it back a little bit. Sometimes. But in general, that's about where you place a turret. You never want to be too overextended out here because that just gives you more line of fire from the outside. These windows up here, sometimes they're boarded up, sometimes they're not. If a window is boarded up, that's usually to our advantage. If they're not, this base can quickly turn into a hellhole, depending on the height of everything around it. If there are balconies around it, then an open window is a death trap. If all the ground is on the first floor, then the window is an advantage because it's a high ground point. In general, another place you will want to put turrets, if it's an open window, is right here, just to add a little bit of additional cover from grenade spam. Same thing goes for this window. And sometimes, depending on the situation, we will call for a turret right here. Depending on what we are expecting to come. It's not standard practice, but sometimes we'll do it. In general, when they build points, the point will either be here, where I'm standing right now and jumping up and down, or it'll be over here, where I am jumping up and down. And its location determines a lot of stuff. In addition, the reason we do not go downstairs is so that if you stand over to where I am right now, you see a complete line of fire for people approaching. There is no reason anyone is to ever actually get up to the stairs. However, if they actually do pull a max crash and suddenly we are in serious trouble, we can have people over here to clean them up as they come around the corner. This is another good location to put a turret, because it provides additional cover for when they actually get there, and if their entire purpose was to just throw a grenade up there to cause havoc and break our lines, then it'll bounce off and roll right back down there and ruin the rest of their push. Are there any questions or comments?
I'd like to touch on that briefly, just to cover something Runs just said. If we are holding this room as a matter of business, and we have maxes in our deployment, the maxes are going to be set up right here. They're going to have a turret for cover. Engineers, medics, etc., other support staff is going to be right here on the stairs. You are completely protected on these stairs until your max goes down. As long as you have flak, it is really, really unlikely that you're going to die. A max standing right here has pretty much absolute kill factor on anyone trying to come in that doorway. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I love holding this building.
I can heal you.
In addition, to double up on that, you'll notice that the window over here, by having a turret placed here, suddenly they can't even get a clear line of fire from the window down there. So, again, you have to adapt based on the circumstances. But if you're against the wall like you're supposed to be, that window will barely be a factor at all.
One last
If
thing.
you're over here, you're dead.
One
Go
last
ahead.
thing, touching back on why we don't like to be down here. People do like to set up in this corner. People do like to set up in this corner. They think it's great. The reason why this part of the building sucks absolute balls is, let's say you're a heavy and you're in this corner, or you're a light assault and you're in this corner, and you get callously cut down by a timely enemy. As a medic, if I'm where I'm supposed to be, I have to run completely along the circumference of this wall, under fire typically from the enemy the whole way, to get you. That's why this room is the room of death and sadness.
Guys, cut your fire, cut your grenades, cut it out.
So, that's
Remember what I said about
one brief.
discipline. Yep, that's exactly why we do not go down there for any reason. It does not matter what they're doing under here, they cannot influence the point that's above them. They have to go around and expose themselves to the line of fire that is above them.
And even if
If
there
you're
are a
down
lot of
there-
them hiding down there, that can be solved much more readily with just a couple of frag grenades bounced on the wall back into the room.
Exactly. Demonstrate, I'm going to bounce one. Actually, I don't have a grenade anymore. Also, I'm outfitted with stickies. But yeah, you can bounce a grenade off this, and it will just roll right to their feet. Like that, just hit the door right there and dealt damage to me.
Which brings our other point of why we're wearing flak, because Runson and I can snuggle with this grenade.
Yep. Moving on.